Hey everybody, what's up? I'm here to tell you that the gyms are finally open again. I know that some health clubs are not opening, and that's because the regulations are too strict. The regulations are crazy, it's madness. In some cases, of course, I do agree with them. I think it's important that we have. The one, of course, is the mask. Now, let's just quickly get this going. Here you have your mask. I would suggest you use a very thin mask like this. It's called a buff. You can buy them at almost any store nowadays. You can actually breathe quite cool. It's not a thing where they've got those other N95 masks where you can't breathe and it steams up your glasses, etc. So yeah, to me, this is the mask that I would use. Also, what's nice about it is if you're having a workout, put it back like this, take a breather, close it again. Not so bad. I've been training with a mask like this. I must tell you, not the end of the world. That's the first regulation. The second one, of course, is sanitizing your hands. We've got sanitizer in the club all over the place. We've made a budget for that and we've done it. They will always be filled. But I'm going to suggest that you also bring your own sanitizer. And the reason for that is just because it keeps you safe. And the more sanitizer we have in the club, the better. Sanitize your dumbbells, sanitize the machines just before you use it. And the next guy comes, he does it again. By the time the day is finished, I think people can walk around and lick the machines and become alcoholics. There'll be so much alcohol in all the equipment. So yes, sanitizer very important. The buff's very important. The other regulation, of course, is that you have to stay 1.5 meters apart. This is a regulation I don't understand. Madness. Because I can't see you walking around any supermarket 1.5 meters away from the next person. When you're choosing what type of tomato sauce you like, or your peri-peri sauce for that matter, someone will be next to you grabbing the salt and you'll be right next to you. So that's a regulation that they've implemented. I suppose they have to. But that would be a difficult one, much like the movies, the casinos, restaurants. 1.5 meters, I can't see it happening. But we'll give it a bash. Of course, we'll give it a bash. Training is important. The fourth regulation, of course, is only 50 people per club. That's another one that I don't understand, because if you can allow 50 people in a 400 square meter gym, which is normally a bit bigger than your home, your house on average will be 150, 250 square meters. Can you imagine putting 250 people in your house for a party? You'd be like sardines. But at Family Fitness, that's 6,000 square meters. If I put 50 people in the club, I won't even know where they are. So that's another regulation that I don't understand, but we have to adhere to it. The good news is Fit SA, a group that I belong to, is talking to government about relaxing that. They might come along in a week or two's time and say, well, we're going to have one person for every 10 square meters, and that will then accommodate everyone like in the old days, I would imagine. We have gone to great lengths in spreading our equipment out. During the lockdown, we spent a lot of money. We spent a lot of time cleaning, spring cleaning, breaking down walls, making the gym bigger. Our equipment is up to 5 meters apart, not 1.5 meters. Government said one piece of equipment must be 1.5 meters from the other one. Ours is 5 meters, which is massive. So in my opinion, if you can walk around a casino, if you can walk around a supermarket or sit at a restaurant, I doubt that their machines or whatever they've got is up to 5 meters apart, and that is what we have done. So yeah, it's as safe as any other place. The reason why I didn't release this video 2 days ago already was because I knew that a lot of people watch the news. They know that the gyms are open. Some people are really on top of things. Others don't watch the news. They don't have Facebook, don't read emails. So for us to get the message across to them is virtually impossible. We can't send 20,000 WhatsApps. I mean, we've got 20,000 members in the club. Between the two gyms, that's 23,000 members. So to get a message to 23,000 people is virtually impossible, even with technology. If we're sending emails, like I say, it goes into the junk mail, and we'll get a nasty email to say, hey, listen, you didn't contact me. And then we get the IT guy, and he goes and checks the records, and he goes, but you did get it, but we think it might have gone into your junk mail. Please check that out. The reason why it goes into junk mail, just so that you know, a lot of companies have words that are highlighted, and as soon as that email has a specific word in it, it goes straight into junk mail. I don't know what that word is, because we certainly don't swear on our emails or anything like that, and we don't send any funny stuff, so I'm not quite sure why those emails go into your junk, but it does. You need to check your junk mail always. Yes, any questions that you might have, I would phone the Norcom branch at 087 805 9333, and the Avian Park Gym is 011 975 4000. If you send a message onto our Facebook page, you'll see there's an automatic reply there, also explaining a little bit about the regulations and so on. Lastly, any mistakes that I've made in the video, please note that I do not script my videos. I speak out of my heart. I speak from the cuff. I just say it as it is. I say what I'm thinking at the exact moment. That way there's no nonsense coming through. It's just is what it is. How do I control 50 people per club? I don't know. My suggestion is going to be to train in odd hours. Odd hours meaning from 8 o'clock at night until say 10 or 11, and then maybe from 3 a.m., 4 a.m., 5 a.m., 6 a.m., 7 a.m. The peak hours we all know is from 4:30, 5 in the afternoon till 8 o'clock at night. The gyms are busy, and so my suggestion is to try and avoid the club in those peak hours, for your own sake and for everyone else's sake, and also so we can limit the numbers to 50 people per club at the moment. I do think, though, that the government is going to allow us many more in the next week or two to train, I think, because we are speaking to them and they're quite keen, because they're saying, look, if a casino can have 50% capacity, if movie houses can do what they do in restaurants, then we see no reason, specifically because our people are healthy. People who go to gym are generally in great shape. Their immune systems are nice and strong. And who would have thought that after all the years that you've trained, that suddenly you are, I wouldn't say, definitely not going to say that you're immune to COVID, but you have a much better chance. That's according to the news reports from all the health experts across the world. If you're healthy and you're strong, you survive COVID. Don't go and risk it now. I mean, don't go running around looking for COVID. I mean, that's just looking for trouble, because you might have an underlying health condition that you don't even know about. And that is what the WHO or the CDC have found, is that some people are being affected by COVID, and they're saying that guy was healthy when in fact he had a blood pressure issue that he didn't even know about, or he was diabetic and he didn't know yet. So those are the guys who sometimes get into trouble with COVID. So yeah, am I ready to rock and roll? Yes, I am. Am I prepared? Well, as prepared as I can be. Am I going to disappoint some of you? Of course. It goes without saying that some people are going to be upset if, in case you get to the club and you can't train because there are too many people in the club. But that is why my suggestion is, Family Fitness being a 24-hour facility, it's played well for us. I now see, when I go into the cameras, I see that people are training 10 o'clock, 11 o'clock at night, like they used to, 3 o'clock in the morning till 4 o'clock, gym's empty, 4 to 5 in the morning, you're having 20, 30 people in the club at a time, sometimes only 10. So it's working out quite well. Avoid the peak hours if you can, especially if you are working from home. There's no need to come here between 5 and 7. If you're working from home, change your schedule a little bit, a bit of a lifestyle change, saying going to train between 8 and 9 in the morning instead of 6 and 7 in the morning, or 8 and 9 in the morning, or 9 and 10 instead of between 5 and 7 in the evening. You have hundreds of questions, I'm sure. I also have hundreds of questions. I'm just surfing this wave. I'm sailing this boat without a rudder and without a map. The boat is just doing this, and I'm just hoping for the best. All I can say is my staff are ready for you. We are doing our best. I hope we don't stuff it up, don't make a mess of things. Your loyalty, of course, is going to go a long way. And one of these days, guaranteed, there will be a vaccine, and all this will be over. It's not forever. Luckily, it's not terminal. And if you see on the video is just up to here, and that's because I'm hiding my bald head. You see there. So just to shed some fun and light on this terrible situation that we're in. I hope to see you soon. Have a good one, guys. Thank you very much. And now I'm going to push off.